Okay, so this is going to be a collective reading for people that may be wanting a particular ex back. Okay, so let's see. For the collective watching this video who wants their ex back, does this ex also want the viewer back? So we have the Two of Pentacles, okay? So the Two of Pentacles is a pretty personal card because it's the number two. You know, technically when you're counting, two is the second number, which shows that it's a quite intimate, close-knit type of number and energy. So they may still, you know, be open to dealing with you or interacting with you with the Two of Pentacles. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So there's a lot of focus on finances, but also based on the exact question that was asked, they are open to dealing with you, but it could be in a more practical way. Like, yes, I'll deal with you, but in a practical way, or, you know, practical matters might come first or something like that. There could be an energy where people could be wanting to work with you as well. Like maybe your ex will be willing to do some type of work together to where as though you guys can make money together. Like, oh, let's do this together. Let's make money together. Because of course money is the main focus for a lot of people based on the obvious. But we do have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So for some of you guys, it could be an earth sign, or it could be someone you have very earthy synastry with. So the interactions could feel or seem transactional or practical, or maybe a little bit serious, grounded, whatever you want to, whatever terminology you want to use. But a lot of Pentacles is coming out. So this could be someone that, you know, they have a very earthy way of engaging with people or engaging with you. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Star card. A lot of focus on practicality. So if anything is going to be done, if it was possible, if it was going to happen, it would be very practical, or it would be, there's just a very high focus on practical interactions, things that make sense, things that bring purpose and value. It's not really about like, oh, I want to be in love, I want the fluffy, lovey-dovey stuff. You know, is this going to help me enrich my life, enrich my experience? So if there was any type of comings together, it needs to lead to, you know, a better financial system, or a better practical system. Even if it's not actual money, it could just be how things are done on a practical level, and whether it's going to grow or enrich the experience in a practical way. And then we have the Five of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. And with the Star card being the first and only major arcana so far, this also shows that, you know, there clearly is a disconnect. Even though the Star card is, you know, a very beautiful card that talks about healing, it's still my 11th house card. This shows that there is a disconnect, or you aren't directly in contact with someone. Page of Wands coming out after the Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Okay. So for a lot of you guys, you know, you could have left someone, or they would be afraid that you would leave again. If there would, you know, actually be a coming back together, there could definitely be some fears around being left again, or, you know, just being discarded. But for the most part, there's still an interest there. It's just not any direct contact. Okay. But let's see what type of relationship you need, okay? What type of relationship does the viewer need at this time? All right, Nine of Pentacles. Three of Swords. For some of you guys, this could be clearly saying like you don't really need a relationship right now. It's more so focusing on being more self-sufficient. But we have the Three of Cups. But if it is about the answer being directly answered, I mean, the question being directly answered, you need a connection that feels like a friendship. It shouldn't feel too serious. It shouldn't move too fast. With the Nine of Pentacles, even though it's Pentacles, it's still the nine. So anything that's already a nine, it's like things might move too fast. And with the Three of Swords, then the Three of Cups, things shouldn't move too fast. But you should definitely have a type of relationship that feels natural. You feel connected to that person. You feel included. It feels, pretty natural and enjoyable. We have the Two of Pentacles. And it's something that's constantly, dealt with, interacted with, or, worked with, okay? So with the 3 and the 2, this shows that you need something that's directly interactive, something that doesn't require distance, or I didn't talk to that person for 2 days or a whole day. Like, you need something that you need a type of connection where you guys are close, you guys are in frequent contact, basically. And you have the Justice card. That is what works better for you. Justice card, Tower card, and the Four of Cups, and the Empress card. Okay. Yeah, so it's about you feeling safe and the interaction being quite frequent. But yeah, for some of you guys, it could be about, working towards your self-sufficiency and being happy, within. Because maybe some of you guys do have to work on the feminine aspect of yourself. You have to be, getting more comfortable with receiving, being more open to receiving and things like that. But for the most part, you need a connection that has that Empress energy very present. And there's like frequent interaction. And for some of you guys, you just might be disconnected from connections in general. You just might want to focus on yourself. So for some of you guys, you might just be focused on your own self and not really focused on relationships. And of course, that could also be what is being advised, okay, with the, a lot of these cards having one person in them and everything. And some of you guys, you just don't want to get into any more train wreck of a relationship, especially with the Tower and the Four of Cups. Like, the last thing you want to do is deal with the Tower energy again, unless it's going to be showing up in a better way or a fun way. But if it's just straight up disaster, ruin, things like that, you guys really want to avoid that. For some of you guys, you might even be okay with just dating, like lighthearted dating or something like that. All right, but if you are going to date or deal with anyone, it needs to be a connection that feels good, it feels fun, and there's frequent interaction. Because for a lot of you guys, that might be how you feel like you're getting to know someone, when you guys are frequently interacting, So that is the reading. Have a good one.